Well, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for New Sports. Victor Allen's own neo-urban looking sports. Hot, sexy, sports done the neo-urban way. And here's the man the ladies have nicknamed Sexual Chocolate. Here's Vic.
See what I'm saying? All right, man. Okay. Let's just sit back. If it was like, this is how we roll. Okay, this is how we roll. All right, bottom line is I'm going to start you guys off right away because we already was talking about it. We was talking about, all right, will the Mayweather-Pacquaio fight, will it ever come off? What's really stopping the Mayweather-Pacquaio fight? And before we go in and everybody chime in, all right, because I can see, tune in. I can see everybody's like going like this. I got an opinion. I said, but before, let me just set up some conditions, and some of the conditions. And Mario, I'm gonna ask you to do a favor for me, but don't worry about it.
I'm not kissing anything.
I knew it. See, here we go.
Yeah, those favors are mother.
That's wrong. Okay, that's wrong. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up some information, then we can go have at it. Okay, what's stopping the fight between Mayweather and Pacquiao? And since you guys are going to hit these anyway, I'm going to go ahead for those who just say, well, let me see what your choices are. And there are always more choices. I put, in no particular order, credible drug testing, 1. 2, they're just hold with me, boxing promoters. 3, Floyd Mayweather. 4, Manny Pacquiao. 5, fear. And 6, waiting for more money. Now, all those conditions exist with every boxer. There's nothing that's unique on this one. So before, and now I'm going to do this. I'm going to go in reverse. I want to go to Mario, but since Mario and I already touched this, I'm going to go in reverse order. And I want to see, without us knowing anything, because when you're an undefeated boxer, I come from a different camp when I'm going like, there's one way to prove that you are the man. Is that you sit there and say, win. Let's win. There's no, here's conditions. You just say win. You leave it up to the organizations, the WBOs, WBCs, GNN, all of them to determine, okay, the rules. I mean, they've been doing it all this time. All of a sudden, you want to insert this mental thing. Okay, I want to do some oversight. Okay, go, let it go. All right, so here it is. I'm going to start off with our captain, our general. No disrespect, man, because you are the general. All right.
The general.
The general, all right? What's stopping? Number one reason that's stopping this fight. What do you think it is, man?
I think it's more money. Waiting for more money.
Waiting for more money.
He's trying. I think he's waiting for so much money, man. He can buy acres of land. I mean, right now, it's I don't know. This guy is. I love him. But
wait, I'm gonna stop you for a second.
All right.
Pacquiao's everything.
Wait. Now, this is a good one. Now, you did spit out something. They were real sentiments, you know, when we were doing this transition. Do I need to remind you? Because it was on audio and they heard it.
Oh.
All right, so go on and say what you said. First thought, man. No, look, we all feel. What is it?
Waiting for more money.
Yo, no. You said something else. Do you remember? Don, do you remember, right?
Buy acres of land?
No. Somebody said that. That's cold, Mario. That's cold, Mario. That's wrong. Somebody in here said he's running. He's running.
Oh, yeah. I love him. I think he's running.
Okay.
I think he's running.
Fear.
Yes.
Your number one is fear.
Yes.
Your number two is money.
Yes.
All right. Donald.
I don't know. I think they kind of build up the hype, but personally, I think it's fear.
Two fears. Man, Mario.
I don't think money playing in this. Because he just made sure he fighting it. He ain't tripping on no money.
Everlasting money.
Well, he got a couple more fights. That's a couple more.
Yeah, exactly. So why not get it off this one?
Okay. All right. So what we're getting right now is we still got the first choice to be fear, though.
Yeah.
All right. Let me just say that. Now, Mario, you and GNN have been talking many weeks.
I think it's money.
You think it's money?
I think it's money. Because I wonder what's going on. I think there's a little bit of disagreement as to who is maybe the most important.
You think so? You know, in other words, you're saying the number. It's a good point. What you're saying is who gets the most money, but the undefeated or the up and coming
Or based
the
on
best
who
at the
you
time.
are right now, right? Those
Right.
are the things that people debate when it gets down to that purse.
Right.
You know, am I bringing the most viewers?
Right.
Because people want to see me?
Right.
Or am I the one who's already champion?
Right.
And I should get X amount of dollars. You know, there was some, I don't know if you looked at the recent money that went down in the Ortiz fight with Mayweather.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, there's a lot of money on the table with these things, you guys.
You know, and look, aren't we close to people? A lot of us are fortunate, not me all the time, are close to having what we call second and third hand information.
Right.
And you can't really share that because you have to. It has
I
to be
think
a
they'll
factoid.
get beat for the right amount of money.
You think so?
I think when you...
Oh, yeah. Tyson can have his way with me.
You say, right. Me too. I'll be in there talking shit. Come on. Wow. Oh. Brain damage.
But you know what? It's another thing, though, with this Mayweather cat.
Right.
He's so arrogant, it's kind of hard to really pinpoint it.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Exactly.
I mean, he's undisputed.
Right.
Pacquiao undisputed.
Right.
And Mayweather had this attitude like, well, I ain't tripping just because you got the belt. Come to me.
Well, I thought
All right.
that's what was going into the debate in terms of getting the fight together. Sometimes, you know, they make these demands that are mostly like personal. Well,
Right.
I want to have it here, and I want Fruit Loops in my room.
So,
So you can't have no damn Fruit Loops.
all right.
Tired of you and these Fruit Loops.
So I see with Mario, what you're going at. The part of that is that comes under the promoters because the promoters are basically involved
And,
in it.
yeah, right. And
let
the
me-
fighters themselves, like he said, Mayweather is very, you know, I don't think he's taking the position of any means necessary, I'll fight you.
Right.
Right.
And
I
no,
don't think he's saying that.
No.
There's specifically issues over what the share is, what the split is, and all of that.
Right. I agree. And I think that's ongoing. And I think these factors are not new. And everybody's leveraging to get their payday. But the one thing I do say is somewhere along the way, like I said, I come from the Mike Tyson thought of the day where he said, I'm not going to prevent the fight.
Right.
They will run from me. That was his message.
Right.
Win. And to me, when you're undefeated and you're that kind of fighter, you're messing with your legacy. And Roy Jones learned this when he was touting his right. Okay.
My goodness. Oh, man.
See, undefeated. He, tout all day long. And I said, okay, now, here's the part where you have to fight the fighters. And Roy wasn't necessarily fighting the fighters that we thought were number one. So here's this cat at 35, 36. No disrespect. I think he's a monster. I'm just going to say a recent quote that he said, and then I'm going to follow it up with a promoter's quote, and then see if you still stay with your same, because we got two fears and a money. All right? Here we go. He said, like I said before, I'm never going to get a fair shake. First of all, I didn't know that was an issue. Next, whoever you put in front of me, they can't beat me. They can't beat me. Excuse me about that blue screen on there. Sorry about that. So the bottom line is, he's made a claim that no one can beat him. Now, let's follow up with the next quote from the promoter. The promoter said, I just want an even playing field. This is still prior to the promoter. That's all. Mayweather said, if you don't have nothing to hide, just take the blood test. Well, the updated thing is the promoter, Bob Arum, said, we're ready to take it. So here's my question. If he says, we're ready to take it, and then our boy Mayweather says, by somebody's addressing the question of when is this fight going to happen, he avoids it somewhat.
Yeah, it's fair.
So what? So at this point, if the blood test is the issue, was there an issue with other fighters beforehand? Did you want to make sure that Ortiz took a blood test? I mean, is there a trail that everybody can say, here's the documentation of all the fighters and what was required? How come you didn't require that from Ortiz? Mm-hmm. Why wasn't that the vehicle? If it was done, none of the public knows.
He wants to get all he can because he may lose.
And you want to lose with a lot of money.
I said it was money. Now, when I said money, I said, you know, they know how well they expect to perform.
Right.
But I think they look at that separate from the dollars.
Right, I
think
agree.
he wants to get, you know, he's going to act really a certain way to give it the most hype.
Right.
You know, to get the most dollars. But he may, in the back of his mind, be thinking he's going to lose.
Okay. All right. So here's...
he's wondering, you wonder.
All right. Now we're going to get to the question at hand. Everybody's been talking about, when is the fight and all this other stuff. I'm going to do our fantasy picks. I'm going to take it around the room. Who wins in the fantasy fight? And I'm going to start with acapella, the general. When the fight takes place, who wins and how?
Where is that on?
You don't see. You got it.
Mayweather wins. Cheap shot. Straight to the eardrums.
Cheap shot. Wait a minute. So knockout or it goes what? Unanimous decision?
No, unanimous.
Unanimous?
Unanimous.
Okay, let me take it over to the man over here who has the camera in his hand and a back pocket full of knowledge. Thought I was going to say something else, huh?
I think it's going to go late in the rounds.
Okay.
And the only way that it's going to be certified, if he knock him out. They can't go to the scorecard on that.
Okay.
They talking too much crap, and they going through so much crap for this fight.
Right.
He have to knock him out.
So when you say he, say who's going to knock out? Who's going to
Mayweather.
So are you picking Mayweather?
I'm picking Mayweather to have to
knock
him out. If he don't knock him out, he's not going to get that belt.
Right.
All
He
right.
gotta knock him
So
out.
we got two Mayweathers who say right now Mayweather wins so far.
Late round.
Late round. Mario.
He ain't gonna knock him out. I think it's gonna be a hell of a battle.
Right.
Pacquiao. See, I give him a certain amount of credit. They come up a little different than here in the U.S.
Right.
Yes, they do.
He
I
hits
think
hard.
people understand they're a little hungrier.
Right.
Even no matter, and I'm not trying to put the brothers down. A hard brother from L.A. don't meet nothing like a hard brother from Jamaica or from the Philippines.
West Africa.
They don't even, you don't even know what hard is, okay?
Right. Right.
So I'm saying these cats, they just cut a different way.
Right.
And I think when it comes to Pacquiao, he got too much heart. You're not knocking him out.
Right.
You're not. I think it's going to be a hell of a fight.
I agree.
I ain't trying to take nothing from Pacquiao. Pacquiao's a bad man.
I agree.
That's why it's going to go to the last round. He have to knock him out. If he don't, he's not going to win.
Who's the youngest or the younger fighter between the two? Yeah,
Who is the youngest? You guys know?
It looks like Pacquiao.
Thank you. You hit
Pacquiao does look older.
No, but you can kind of tell by how he carries himself. Like he's more humble.
You're right.
I'm speaking from the Jamaican term now.
Yeah.
I was brought up and watching some of my Japanese friends. They're humble, and they walk with that what do you call it, that leadership. A lot of times those guys they're young. They still have that youth in them, and that's the way their family raised them.
Right.
And I could just tell from that. Now, the other gentleman that I love so much, he has a cocky way. He just and it doesn't have no.
You don't let the show get in the way. Whatever his personality. You don't worry about that.
He's more arrogant than
It's
age.
It's more showtime thing.
And I wonder because when it comes to a certain kind of mental toughness, now you got to deal with cats who are also tough.
Right.
Pacquiao said, I spent the first 10 years of my life washing my ass with banana leaves. You think I'm intimidated by you? Really?
Right.
You just not going to intimidate me.
Right.
No way.
Right.
No way. And in terms of work ethic, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. To me, the whole cocky thing,
Yeah.
it's wasted energy sometimes.
Right.
To have anger, they teach you in martial arts that actually leads you to make mistakes.
Right.
Because a person like Mayweather, you can get him flustered.
Yes.
So you can get them mad, and once you do that, you open up the way for them not to be rational.
Right.
Then they make more mistakes, then they lose.
Right. And,
Okay.
Now, some people, you got to watch out when you get them mad.
Well, yeah,
They
so
become like
right.
zero focus.
Right.
Like, blam.
right.
But just make sure, like I said, because, if mad make you swing a little too wild,
Right.
or drop them guards,
Right.
I just go for, that whole Shaolin priest.
And that's where that's exactly what I'm on too. And you can just kind of tell the youth and the growth and
Because I actually met Pacquiao for
his
his
upbringing.
birthday party a couple of years ago at the J Lounge downtown with M Movement.
Yes.
And he's a real humble cat.
Yeah. He is.
We sat there, took pictures and whatnot. And he actually came and just mugged it on this lady. I don't know who she was. He's like, you know what I mean? But his English wasn't that good, but it's better now.
He's not what you call about the show. He just wants to get in the ring. And I'm not saying, look, when you're 36 and Mayweather is older, no matter what you say, 36 may not sound old when you go and say, well, look at who he's defeated. But when you sit here and your legs start getting older,
Dude,
they're not the same because he's good at giving out the pain.
That's what I'm saying.
But when you get hit, at 25
out,
versus
y'all.
35,
Watch out.
Your body reacts a little bit different. So I'm saying Pacquiao will hit him. And I don't think he's going to be ready. Now, I'm not saying he's going to win. I'm saying he hasn't felt a Pacquiao punch yet.
Yes.
He hasn't felt that yet.
It's like lightning, thunder.
Punch.
I know.
I mean, at the end of this fight, both are going to look like the elephant.
Well, here's the good point. Yes, you're wrong. Well, here's the point. Here's the part. Everybody's still picking in this room Mayweather. Mario, did you say Mayweather?
No.
You said Pacquiao.
I'm going with Pacquiao.
Here's the part I said.
I think it's going to be a lesson in the bigger, stronger, but older guy who's going to wear down.
Yeah.
I think he's going to get worn down. I think he hasn't been pushed the distance.
Yes.
That he's going to get pushed this time.
Right.
And then he's going. I think it's going to be a conditioning.
Yes.
Issue toward the end, and we're going to see.
Right.
We're just going to see. But I don't count Pacquiao.
No.
To me, some cats, even though I think Mayweather is tough, and some cats, their toughness kind of extends a different way to me.
Yeah.
And to me, Pacquiao has that. He has that. You know, I've been to the test of fire too, and I'm just this will of his spirit. It's just kind of that's the way he impresses me.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm saying this. Your youth always tends to win out. That gives you a distinct advantage. And so the longer this takes place, even if it's about the money, the more it to me becomes an issue. It's like the backpack. It's like just have me here, and I'm older, and I got Acapello, and we both carrying 100 pounds on the back. The bet is that he will last longer. And because my legs, I've aged already. Now, if I put the competition off for a year or two, he would be smiling, going, dude, 2 more years on your age is different than on mine. I think he has to be careful. And I think the undefeated thing he wants to hold on to. I think
who's favored, you guys?
They still got, you still depends on who you're talking to and when. No one, I haven't been able to say who's going to win, but everybody's saying this. The idea that this man who was so overt, Mayweather, and fighting everybody, welcoming them to get at the bus stop right now and go, I now want a different color bus. And I want the mechanic to check it before I step on the bus. That just doesn't ring well to me, man. I'm just saying. So that makes me think you're finding conditions. And first of all, let's just say this. How many of us really think, wow, the Boxing Federation is so credible that everything they do is above and beyond board? So he's looking for fairness in a place where everybody says boxing has lost its luster. Do you believe it's a wonderful, credible organization and everybody's looking to get the best fight? Or the promoters are trying to sit back and get the best bank for fights like the recent Ortiz fight, that 4 rounds of show antics?
That's
all right. That I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it, man. So that's just me. So I'm saying the longer it goes, the weight, Pacquiao's favored.
Right.
What's interesting is that if you look back last year, when everybody's talking about it, I just went looking. A year ago, more people were favoring Mayweather.
Right.
A year ago.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But now it's looking different as it gets closer.
Yes.
But at least when you look in the past, they were more favoring Mayweather.
Yes.
They were.
You're absolutely right.
That's how it started off, and it changed.
Don't you know how, some people like to do the mind fuck thing? Excuse my French, but the mind fuck.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to take it off me, and I'm going to throw it on you, but I'm going to make me look like the bad guy, like,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Smoke and mirrors.
Right.
But in the back, behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying? He's working out like 13, 14 hours a day. Like, I'm finna, I'm finna get him. I'm finna get him.
Right.
But you looking at him like all this, He might be smoking daggers, man.
Yeah, it may be. I'm not saying it is.
But late rounds.
To me, I just say Father Time catches up with every boxer.
I say if it don't happen within the next 18 months, he can forget it.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting is that you realize as you're researching this stuff, how much of these opinions make a difference, Vic, because it affects the money totally.
I know.
Everything is affecting the line,
right?
The betting line. I mean, as I'm researching this, see, that's what makes the difference. You can't casually say Pacquiao or Mayweather, because when it comes to money, it has everything to do. And I'm looking at reading these people who are saying and it has everything to do with influence the bet.
Yes,
and
sir.
how much of the bets go in.
Yeah.
I said Pacquiao, huh?
Huh?
Everybody said Pacquiao.
No, well, lately you see more, but if you as you go back, it's definitely Mayweather.
Yep.
So it doesn't show I can't say Pacquiao by predominance though.
No.
It's just you see more discussion.
Yes.
But no one's. It's funny. People are not going. They're not coming out and just saying, hey, you know what? I just read Tommy Hearns. They just were interviewing Tommy Hearns,
right?
And he was just going back and forth.
So, of course,
that's all he's doing. Oh, he's good, but he does good too. But he does good too. Like,
what the hell?
Yeah, make a choice, damn it. We trying to get opinion.
Yeah, and I like that because that's part of this whole engine that you got to be careful of the show.
Right.
I just want to take it to the grassroots foundation, and all I know, it's only one thing I hold on to. Bernard Hopkins is the anomaly to win championships way over 40, but he stayed with it, and he's an anomaly to me. Mm-hmm. Mayweather, you got to keep fighting more. If you keep fighting more, and then who do you fight? And then they don't want him to fight because they don't want to misstep because they want the big money. How do you gauge it? It's hard for me to gauge.
They ain't trying to do a Douglas Tyson fight, huh?
See, I will throw in one other thing. Is it not true that Floyd Mayweather is hanging out with Chile?
Yes, there was that.
See, now let me just tell you something. Yes. This is part of what gets you soft. I just remember what Muhammad Ali talked about it.
Yep.
Muhammad Ali said it's hard when you sleeping on them good sheets.
Yep.
In them good hotels. And you said it gets harder to train. Everything gets harder because you're comfortable.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, Pacquiao, he's got the Philippine version of comfortable.
I know.
It ain't quite the same.
It's not the same.
It ain't the same.
No.
As being, yeah. I know what I'm saying. Floyd gets a lot of celebrity here.
I know. He's in Vegas.
Right, that's, well, maybe if you have the discipline, because he looks great.
No, I know
But you got to have the discipline to maintain despite that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I actually really paid attention to how they was talking to me in the corner. Mayweather,
mm-hmm.
And I'm like, why aren't they coaching him? I'm like, oh, you need to go in there and kick his ass. I came up. I'm like, hold up. And over there in other Ortiz corner,
right.
They over there. I'm like, they're not telling him to hold the guard up. They ain't saying like give him a 1-2 combination uppercut. Nothing.
Right.
They just like blowing smoke up his butt. Like, go just go in there and beat him.
Yeah, I know. And
maybe you can't tell him.
Yeah, that's true. And Ortiz was burnt and done anyway. So that was a show. I'm sorry, it was burnt. When somebody asked me, says, "You gonna watch the fight?" I said, "Why?" 5-1. Oh yeah, I mean it was
to
5-1.
Watch the headbutt.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it said he collected $2.5 million to do the show for 4 rounds and get you guys all hyped. And I said, watch your sports shows and whatever. He says, I'm starting to think about. They're there to push, so they get you into it because they want to be able to get that sensation so you can listen to them so they can do all that stuff. And I'm going legs 36, and when you get to 37, legs they get weaker.
This is question for everybody. What is your WT?
You mean the organizations?
No, it's abbreviation for WFM.
What do you mean, WBO, WBC?
No. This is abbreviation for
WTF.
WTF.
Yeah, I know.
Moment of the fight.
Right. I know what he's saying. I know.
I'm trying to get it out, but I kept going to him. I'm like, shit, I'm wrong. But what was that for you, Vic?
I didn't even. I hate to say this. I didn't even get to that point. I just said. Somebody said, "Are you going to watch?" I just said, "Why?" I said, first of all, if you guys follow the boxing, and this is Ortiz. Just go look at the history. At that point, you guys get some. Why would you get all up into it? I said, so you expecting something different? He's still the same slow he was before, and speed kills. And so he wants to come in and do his bruise. And I said, but he got a couple of losses. Nobody, if you guys are talking about Mayweather, did any of you guys bring up hey, what about Ortiz? Anybody? No, nobody did. So why get all of a sudden excited? I said the machine was working. It worked.
It done its job.
It worked. So that was the only reason why I didn't go over it. So, look, I know we're going to keep hitting this. All right, we're gonna keep hitting this. I'm just letting you know. Okay. But I got to go over to this because this is when we're gonna hang our hats on these names all day long, and I'm about to tell you about something here that's going to be interesting. You're going to look at some names and a picture, and please don't get the pictures wrong as we relate to them. I'm looking at right now Tony Romo. That's a little bit different, but I'm gonna go with my own. I'm gonna go forget about the graphic. I want to go to something else. In my actual question here, I'm dealing with 5 names as far as the NFL is concerned. And I want to use this fantasy scenario since we can't do the fantasy stuff the way it's supposed to be done.
Right.
I pretend there's fantasy in a room. When your girlfriends are here, when your boys are here, the fantasy you have is that you want them to let you talk sports.
Right.
And then you want them to sit in your lap sometimes and then talk sports. Then you want them to go and get some food and talk sports. You want to keep doing it. No disrespect. But here it is. You got 5 names in the NFL, and I'm going to say you have 3 years to win an NFL championship. You have a plug you have to plug in, and I'm going to give you 5 names, and you tell me which names give you the best chance of winning that NFL Super Bowl, okay?
Right.
I'm going to say the names, and remember.
This is a setup.
It's not a setup. It's not a setup.
It's a setup.
It's not a setup, man. Just listen to it. Watch this, because we do this. This is us. All right, here we go. 5 names.
Okay.
You have within 3 years, win a Super Bowl, you need one of these names. Tony Romo, Dallas Cowboys. Donovan McNabb.
Yeah, you're going to be in the league in
Wait a minute. He's screaming already. See, this is why I need cooperation. I need cooperation. Okay. See? Now you see why I don't want to put these up here. Come on, man. Cooperate. Cooperate.
So Tony's a setup.
It's not a setup. Okay, let me finish. I got Reggie Bush, Cam Newton, Tim Tebow, Tony Romo, Donovan McNabb. Now, I'm going to tell you why I put these names in the way they are. They always say you can win with some senioritis in there. So, Donovan, if y'all going crazy about Donovan, I'm saying senioritis can win. The other is Tony Romo because he's a nation's team. And Tim Tebow, he's the up-and-coming and a wishful thinker. And Cam Newton. and wait a minute. And you got Cam Newton who's saying, look, I can win myself, even though the players around me need to step up. I'm new. I'm going to get better. And you have Reggie Bush who says, look, I won a championship. The key is you may not have to be the plug, but you're enough of a plug to say, I got a Super Bowl ring. Holla. So I put all those names there. And you can win another Super Bowl. I'm going to go around the room, Mario. You're going to start first and tell me.
None of them ain't any good except for Newton.
No, come on, man.
None of them.
Come on.
None of them. As much as I like Donovan, I'm rooting for Tebow, who it's a hard route. You have to burn some candles for him. Might have to sacrifice a virgin. Only one up there really could do it within 3 years. First, like I said, McNabb and Bush ain't gonna be around in 3 years.
That's cold, man.
They're not.
All
Reggie
right.
Bush will not be here in 3 years. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Wow.
He better make it fast.
All right, if
Okay.
you say so.
I bet you we will see.
Okay.
Definitely not 5. Okay. McNabb either. I don't think Donovan's got 3 more years. So it's Cam Newton. Cam Newton. That's it. Romo, maybe. That's such a distant maybe.
Right.
Okay, but right now it's Cam Newton.
Now, let me do this so I can help you guys, just in case you haven't considered this. You can always get the best player, and I'm going to come to you next, Donald. You can always get the best player, but it's really the best people around you.
I was about to
All right,
ask you that question.
so go, Donald, you go. Think about the player and the people around them, because that may change your thinking.
Well,
You want me to say the names
What if
again?
they get traded?
You know what? You got. We're not worried about you. We're not worried about you. You get off the show, goddammit. Okay. Shoot.
I would say Newton, if he had the right people around him.
Well, no, but see, the whole part is this: can he win with the right people around him? Because
Well, actually, all of them can win with the right people around him.
right, I know
can
that.
win.
I know that. That's
But
what I'm saying.
Okay, but I'm gonna say Romo, he'd be more inclined to get hurt because he don't know when to quit.
Right.
So I think he will be more hungrier than all the rest besides Newton.
I tell you what, I'll do something even more because you guys did a great point. You can win with the right people. I'll say this. I'll reverse it a little bit and just say you have to start off with what they would call the plug that can really take you. Really, you want to get to. They say it's 3 proponents of winning. You win your division, and then you win in the playoffs, and then you win the Super Bowl. And I always say what you do is built upon where you say give me this player. I have the better chance of starting off on this path to the Super Bowl. So you still want to say Cam Newton?
Newton.
All right.
You didn't give no other choices.
I know.
Reggie Bush.
I'm not giving you those choices.
Wait. You know, I just thought about the people that you actually picked.
See, yeah, look at that. See,
ancient. And only young buck what?
That's what I said.
And Bush, he kind of like burnt out.
That's what I told you.
Like halfway doped out or something.
Where do you guys getting your facts from? Who said anything about? You just put Bush in the burnt out dope top. Where did that come from?
Hey.
Who wins the NBA championship within 3 years? Kobe, LeBron.
No. We ain't talking about
Yeah, because he hates that one. Kobe.
No, here we go. Donald, you're picking Cam.
Cam.
All right, let's go over here to the general, man. Who you picking? Best
Now-
people around you now.
No, I'm not as much into football as I used to. I'm more a basketball fan, but I would definitely go with the guy with the experience of being there before, because the knowledge will.
Very wise, man. Very
Go with
wise.
the gentleman that's been there before.
Let me go a process of elimination and tell you the people who've been there: Reggie Bush, Tony Romo, Donovan McNabb. So it eliminates Cam and Tebow. So if you had those 3 choices,
The one with the ring.
Reggie Bush. Wait, what did
Donovan don't have a ring yet.
But no.
You didn't get,
No,
he
no,
sure didn't.
no.
He ain't got
Nah,
it.
that's a 2-headed coin on that.
No,
No, the reason why I say that is
I told you it was a
because
setup.
I'm not setting you up.
you go with the experience,
Bamboozle,
which is good
man.
because they've been there, so they know how to work this.
That's right.
Bamboozle.
But then you got this who ain't never been there. They hungry than this cat over here got the experience.
You're hungry.
And both of them got the talent, right?
You did something wonderful. I love this example. You're hungry, right, Donald?
I'm starving like mud.
And-
Fish and grits.
Wait, you're hungry. You're
hungry.
starving. Haven't you
man.
realized that? But you're starving. You're going like, I'm not going to eat everything you feed to me. I now have to make some wise choices. It's like getting a crew.
Right.
You've worked with a lot of people, but you need the right people around to take you there, right?
Right.
I'm saying that in the locker room, Reggie Bush, I wouldn't have picked him on this choice, and I haven't yet. But he can bring something in the locker room. A lot of
He
these young
can bring
folks,
a Kardashian.
you know what?
That's what he can bring. We all line up.
Because you know what? Because I just never really got as far as like technical, as far as like playing the sport, because it didn't got so technical
Right.
to where you got to have a PC just to try to run a play.
Right,
But I'm so used to the raw, uncut, like
right,
let's make this stuff happen.
right,
Which this technique stuff,
right.
I mean,
It's
instinct wins over technique all the time.
Right. I would say if I had to pick something based on the matter at hand, 3 years, I would be inclined to go with Cam Newton because he's a force and this unbelievable force. But this is the Carolina Panthers.
Right.
And so I don't know if I was going back and looking at where they spent their money, what did they do in the draft. 3 years is going to go fast. Tony Romo has less to make up for with a lot more people around him.
Right.
And the coaching has gotten better.
And
the defense has gotten better. So I'm inclined to go with Tony Romo because he just got a lot more money, resources, and the passion and some experience in the field as well.
I think you want to get away from Roma because he got cracked ribs. Right
No,
now.
I know that. But the part I like about it is that I'm looking at 3 years and the team, and I just see better people around Romo than I see the others. Even McNabb in Minnesota, they got it, but something's missing there. Mario and I, we discuss this all the time about McNabb. We had a good, strong belief in the past, but it's not the same. They see he's done.
You gotta know when to cut you.
Yeah,
Cut your losses.
I mean, he got too many cats and soups at home right now.
Yeah.
I know.
I would say this let McNabb this
The couch is calling
just
it.
fade out to the blackness.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, look, I have to cut short on this one. No, do you believe? We ran long, Mario. I want to get out of here because
Okay.
we still have one more segment. You want to take us out, man?
All right, everybody.
Sports was it. We'll talk about boxing after we talk about boxing. I hope you,
Ladies and gentlemen, that's New Sports, Victor Allen's own unique view of sports today, written, directed, produced by Victor Allen. That's right. Tune in and get yourself a download. Ooh.